Every month, every day, every week, we have something happening at the museum, and one of the things we have happening that changes all the time are our special temporary exhibitions. And right now in the summer of 2014, the temporary exhibition is The Art of Video Games. And that exhibition, which began at the Smithsonian Museum, has been traveling all over the country. Here at the Toledo Museum of Art, it's the only venue in Ohio and the first venue in the Midwest. It's been great to have the museum sort of filled with families, and parents are bringing their kids and showing them the Pac-Man games they played in the early 1980s, and kids are showing the parents how to play, Myst and all of that. This exhibition is a great example of a way that we really look at a broad spectrum of programming. The idea of bringing parts of the world, popular culture, if you will, into the museum and examine it from an art standpoint. When you come into this exhibition, we give you the broader context. You actually start by looking at things that are from the early 1980s. Where did video games start? What did it look like then? And how does it look now? And in fact, there are many of the same stories and things like that that appear again and again and again. And it's just that you're actually seeing them in context with each other. And that's what we provide people, an intensely visual experience that is, in this case, the experience of video games. If you look at the history of video games, they're all influenced by the same things that you actually see around you in the museum's major collection. Complex and interesting visuals, narratives, the use of new technology, the use of storytelling, the way it encourages you to become immersed in an environment. All of those things are part of video games. It's just not the part of it that we think of all the time, but there is actually this great relationship between the things that people were using for inspiration and the kinds of things that you see all over the campus here at the Toledo Museum of Art. It's been a really wonderful way for us to introduce people to the museum's exhibitions, to talk about something that for many people is very familiar. And it's very, very popular, but it's also something that uses elements of art and design and things like that that are all a part of coming to the museum. So this is a great way to bring in people who might not come to the museum every day, to show them something that they're familiar with, but then also encourage them to go into the museum's permanent collection galleries and explore parts of the world that they perhaps didn't know that much about. We encourage people to come into the museum as a gateway, whether it's from an exhibition standpoint or just because they're interested in a particular artwork or because they haven't played Pac-Man in 30 years, right? It's just a way to get you in here, get you engaged, and then we can get you all over the rest of the museum. So one of the things that we'd like to tell people is come back to the museum. It's your museum. We have all kinds of amazing things going on. Come back to the museum and see something you haven't seen before. It is free and open to the public. It's free because we want you to come. You may not feel like the museum is about you, but we feel that the museum is for everybody. This is an exhibition that is for the whole family, and that's how we feel about all the museum's exhibitions and the permanent collection every day.